Super Mario Odyssey. Here we are at the end of Bowser's Kingdom. Now we don't actually need any moons. Oh, sorry, we need 8 moons to leave the kingdom, but you should have that by now. I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of moons on the way to the final boss, and of course the final boss in Bowser's Kingdom gives you 3 moons plus the like 4 that you need to get there to begin with. So that's 7 to begin with. If you don't have 8 moons to put into the Odyssey by now, then what the heck are you, how are you playing this game? Like, anyway. We're going to be heading on over to the Moon Kingdom, which is not actually where the moons come from. It's just kind of strange, but of all the games that I've played in recent memory that take us to the moon, that would be like Portal 2, which was a very brief experience on the moon, and then Wolfenstein 2, or Wolfenstein 1, or whatever number Wolfenstein it is, but the new remake Wolfenstein that let you shoot Nazis on the moon. That was kind of fun. And then a few other, I think, that Space Engineers count. I don't know, there's not really a whole lot of other games that take you to the moon, but this one sure does, and that's where we're going. So you can imagine a few things are going to happen here. Well, of course, in the cutscene, we're going to get the fancy wedding outfit for Mario, and you can actually get the wedding outfit for Peach and Bowser if you have the amiibos for them, and if you talk to... Actually, that may not be true. You may need to beat the game first. So, yeah, okay, I think you need to beat the game first, but that might be good for you later. If you do beat the game and you don't want to pay for Bowser's and Peach's wedding outfit, then you can just use the amiibos. There'll be a small tutorial on how to do that when you finish the game. Amiibos become pretty darn useful. At least, I'm pretty sure you need... I really can't remember. We'll find out here, okay? I cannot remember if that amiibo toad spawns before or after you beat the game. Let's see here. If he's not right next to the Odyssey, then I'm pretty sure it's after. But here we are at Bowser's Moon Wedding. It's a pretty empty kingdom, and you really could just move your, or long jump your way all the way there right now. I mean, there's really not a whole lot in your way. Which isn't totally true, but at least at first glimpse, there's really not a whole lot. But anyway, do I see the amiibo toad? I don't see him. Okay, I think, yeah, okay, you must have to beat the game, but anyway, as I was saying, if you have the amiibos, Nintendo games are pay to win now, you can use that for advantages. Get a nice view of the round, not flat Earth. Take a picture of that, send it to your friends, let them know that that is definitely what the Earth looks like, because the Earth is round, right? Or is NASA CGI? No, the Earth's obviously round, but anyway, it just made me funny. It made me funny. No, that didn't make me funny. It made me laugh because, of course, anytime I see a picture of Earth in space now, my first thought is flat earthers. What has the internet done to me? Alright, so there's going to be a moon up here. Let's stop talking about stupid conspiracy theories. There's going to be a moon up here that we can reach, and you can do this by jumping as Mario. That, if you've noticed, jumping is a little bit floatier than it was in the past because there's significantly less gravity here on the moon, and as a result of that, there's less gravity for Mario. Now this jump is a little bit weird. I can't remember if I actually... Okay, yeah, so there is another box beneath this other box on top, and getting this is just strange though, because you're so floaty, you get a lot of time to correct your mistakes, but you don't get as much control as you might think you do. So I found the best way was just trying to grip onto the edge of the box here and climb up. That seemed to work the best way to get up to that moon, and that's the shining above the moon. I can't remember if you need to get any to continue. Well, you're going to need a lot of moons to continue past this world, but I don't think you need any to get to the boss. So I guess I should say huge spoilers will be coming up within the next few videos. So if you're someone who wants to see what happens once you beat the game on your own, then stop watching now, I guess. But if you're this far, I imagine you either don't care or you've already seen it or you just want to watch it anyway. I don't really know. I tried to do some cool wall jumping tricks here, but this game is kind of mean with that, because if you wall jump and then you jump up, you actually can't start wall jumping again until you're a lot lower than you were before, and that is what resulted in my death. And deaths are very slow and very painful because they take a while in the Moon Kingdom because it takes you so long to fall down below. To get on top of this, what we're going to want to do is actually go to the left side, which I should be figuring out here in a second. I think I tried to jump up there again, and it kind of looked like you could zipper open that part of the rock, but nope, you can't. That's just effect, I guess. And I'm like, oh, look at this. Come here to the left. We get to fly really high up with that. And then there's going to be just 3 of these moon coins for now. later on there will be more stuff up there for us to do, but I also wanted to see, can I jump on top of the Odyssey? And as I found out, no, you just go right through it. Somehow. I don't really know how that works, but no, you cannot go through the Odyssey. Or, sorry, you cannot jump onto the Odyssey. So when we're finally done looking around the first place, and really, I was just having way too much fun jumping around on the moon in a Mario game in a wedding outfit. Whoever would have thought this would ever happen in like a million years, all those years ago that I played Mario on the NES, I never for once thought any of this was ever gonna happen, you know, it's just, oh, you love Nintendo for reasons like that. Anyway, a couple more coins here that we can get, and there's only 50 coins in this world, so this is a smaller kingdom than the ones that we've been on before, but not, you know, it's not to be expected. It's not like it's a small kingdom really by any means. It may only be 50 coins, but they sure like to hide. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a couple of places where they are in the next video that I'll be complaining about a little bit later. There's also going to be a timed trial right from the beginning, and if you notice, 3 really far apart platforms, which is just perfect for moon long jumping. So long jump your way on over to the second moon that we're going to collect here, and be sure to get off of this before they disappear, because then you'll fall to your death again like I did a little bit earlier. There's also going to be those giant octopi flying around the moon, and by giant I think there's 2 big ones, maybe 2 or 3. They are really annoying. I don't really know why they're on the moon. It's kind of confusing to me, and I think I end up killing both of them. It's, you don't have to, but it's weird. It's killing them is kind of weird. If you remember that octopus boss that we fought in Seaside Kingdom, it's like that, except now you have less gravity. Anyway, here is a bunny that we can do our best to take out. Since the bunny is also having to deal with gravity, he's a little bit slower than normal, but he still jumps pretty far. And my dang hat is not wanting to work with me. I think I finally get him there. Yes, we do. And then I kick him the second he lands on the ground. So we're going to pick up that moon, thank goodness. And man, the rabbits just, you know, nightmares from Super Mario 64. Those dang rabbits. Wall jumping in this part on the moon is also a little bit weird because you expect that you're going to hit the wall earlier than you actually do, so I end up missing the wall the first time a lot until I figure out, oh, I'm not wall jumping, I should probably fix that, I guess. There's a race where the final location is actually right where we are right now, and that wall jump, stupid anti-gravity wall jump is what made me lose the race a couple of times the first time that I did it, but this is probably one of the easiest kingdoms for the racing too, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, we're also going to learn about, what are we doing? Diving. Yep, this point in the game when we are basically done with it, we're going to learn diving. And I think I'm going to test it out. Actually, I don't even think I test it out here. I think I just long jump all the way over to that pipe. Now, me swinging my hat there those 3 or 4 times, that was me attempting dive, and then finally I did get it. So I don't dive too much in my life playing this game just because it's kind of, I don't know, strange, I guess. It's not like it's been terribly useful for me. Anyway, you can easily make that long jump all the way over to this side of the platform. There's going to be a couple of fuzzies, and now you get to do some 8-bit 2D platforming. Is this actually 8-bit? This looks more than 8-bit. But anyway, 8-bit-esque 2D platforming with the moon gravity, and then we can jump up and grab this moon here. Now, if you notice, to the right side, there's another platform, which I think might have another moon on it. I tried to jump there. You can make that jump if you get a running start, but for some reason at this point I was under the impression that you couldn't actually run in these 2D scenarios, and you can. So the running start is what will let you jump up to that second platform to get those coins, and it looks like I'm going to try to go back and get them, which I don't actually get them. I should have cut this part out, but I don't actually get them because, again, I didn't, like, I remember trying, or at least I think I remember trying in earlier places to, yeah, and then I die, so I think I give up at that point, so that was kind of funny. But anyway, I think I remember trying to do running starts in the 2D platforming sections and nothing happened, so I don't really know. I don't know, it was kind of strange, but when you die, I haven't gotten any checkpoints yet. I had to go all the way back to the beginning, and at that point I'm like, you know what, forget it, I'll get those later. Or at this point anyway, I'll just try to continue on in the level. I think there's 2 or 3 major checkpoints on the outside. There's not really too many, so there's not very many warp points we can get either. But at this point, you really shouldn't need to be warping around the moon because it's a small enough and an open enough kingdom that you're going to be fine getting around no matter what. So there's going to be 4 of these coins here we're going to get, and then 4 more on that platform over there, and then this weird octopus with a space helmet on that I get pretty lucky on there. I'm not quite sure to this day how that ground pound hit him. I thought for sure that was going to miss. excuse me there, but that very nicely did take him out. So we can long jump our ways onto these platforms here, get these coins, and then there's going to be a chest over there with a star inside of it, or a moon I guess, and that moon is going to be obtainable by, yep, wall jumping, and I think that one you actually barely make with the wall jump. We'll see here. But there's our wedding chapel in the background there, pretty cool sight to see actually. So it looks like I'm gonna, oh no, I don't wall jump, you want to get these speed flowers. Okay, so you should only need one of these, but we're gonna grab that and then just jump, and we should be able to make it easily, yep. And if you have too much speed, you can just run into that wall behind the chest, that'll end your burst of flower eating. Not really the flower I was expecting to eat. I am a little bit sad there don't seem to be mushrooms or fire flowers or even stars. There's no star, you know, superstar. There's none of that in this game. That does make me a little bit sad, but I'm trying to think, is this the first game where they've taken those out? I don't think it is, because there wasn't a mushroom, I don't think, in Super Mario Galaxy. They did have the fire flower. It was a timed, very specific power-up. They didn't have the star. So, I don't know, I guess it's not the first game where they've taken those out. But anyway, here's another block, and we've seen these blocks all over the place, and as I've said before, you can't deal with them until after you beat the game, and I actually don't think I'll be doing any videos where those blocks matter. So, I guess small spoiler alert, but when you beat the game, if you ground pound on those blocks, then a ton of moons will spawn across the world. So even if you get every single star there is to get before you beat the game, you're gonna have to come back to ground pound on the block to get all the moons again. Luckily, the moons that come from those blocks are marked on your mini-map and your map, so they're not as hidden as these moons are, and that one was... well, okay, that one wasn't hidden, but I mean, if you open up your map right now, it's not gonna tell you where those are. Anyway, enough with that, I guess. So we're gonna be looking kind of over to the right side there, that's where we're headed, and I'm gonna be looking around more, making sure there's nothing painfully obvious that I'm missing. Still another pretty cool sight in the background with the Earth and our Odyssey. And then there's going to be two ways we can do this. I think we can long jump here if you really want to. You may not make that. You may need the speed flower, or just get onto this platform, and you're going to have to jump over that, of course. Then there's going to be a few more purple coins we're going to want to collect, and I think those are a little bit easier, it looks like, just because they have this spinning flower, and by a few, holy moly, it looks like about 6 of them. So I'm going to take out that guy just because I don't really want to make more problems for myself, and it's really easy to kill the octopus when you have that flower thing helping you out. Then there's also going to be another Sphinx on the right side here. Now, if you talk to the Sphinx, I think it's that one. I think if you talk to him like 5 times, he'll give you a moon, but if you talk to him once, he'll move out of the way, and something happens there too. I don't really remember. We'll find out when I get to him, but here's kind of where we're going. We can't quite get up there from the way that, from where we are right now, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more work. You may be thinking, okay, I'm gonna go grab that checkpoint and then walk through the cave and I'll be up on top, and that's kinda how it works. There's gonna be a lot of work in between though. I don't like this next area that much. So this toad apparently opened it up, I guess, or found it. I don't really know what he did, but I think I am like, okay, I'm gonna walk in there, but first I'm gonna come over here, check out what's on this side. This is where we find the Sphinx, and it's the 3rd time we find the Sphinx, and I think there's 4 instances where you can run into the Sphinx in this game, but this is the 3rd time. I think in my videos I've only run into him twice. So anyway, if you talk to him, he will have you answer a riddle. And for some reason, I'm not wanting to answer the riddle. I'm just sitting here waiting to push the A button. Come on, there we go. Should you really be answering questions right now? And the answer to that is no. So you can't talk to him yet. So this game is even telling you, go on, beat the game, finish it. You are so close. Come on now. But when you beat the game, when you come back to him, if you talk to him, I think about 4 or 5 times, he'll give you a moon, because you'll have to answer a couple of riddles. And I don't remember if there's anything behind him. He might open up a doorway, but I don't remember. Anyway, we're gonna go on inside of this cave. That's gonna be it for this video. I'll continue on in the next one.